numbers.
Hey everyone, this is Krista with Krista Does Numbers on IQ Podcast at Attorney King Studios. Thanks for being here. This is behind me, 6 feet away, is my co-host Brett Davis. And today I have our guest, Dr. Rob Garcia, who is a business strategist who calls himself the Warrior Strategist and magazine owner of San Diego that teaches income streams. He is the creator of the Design Your Paycheck program, teaching people how to monetize their skill sets. After falling out of high school and college, he completed his MBA and doctorate in education.
Wow.
Okay. He then left his day job to show people how to create financial streams. Welcome, Dr. Rob Garcia.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah.
I got a quick question. So you dropped out of high school and college?
I failed out high school once and college twice.
And you found your way back?
Yeah, I had a severe learning disability and a really bad family. And in my late 20s, I started to figure out how to learn faster.
Do you have any type of dyslexia?
Not dyslexia. It's probably just ADD. I can't focus in a classroom.
Yeah.
But you've been able to find a way to harness that. That might be another subject for another show. That's actually very fascinating.
Yeah, I actually, the last book I wrote was about speed learning, and it talked about the 16 techniques I developed to learn things faster if you have any type of learning disability.
You're a fascinating man.
Thank you. I've had an unusual and blessed life.
And you're single.
Yes. No kids, never married.
Okay.
So, Rob, so now that you've quit your day job and you've do these income streams, why don't you just kind of tell us a little bit about what got you started in doing this? What was your drive behind it, your passion?
I just, entrepreneurs are cut from a certain cloth, and it's a lot of personality traits that kind of guided the path. I knew I didn't want to work for anybody. I knew that I was wildly independent and that I had a very creative mind. And so a cubicle wasn't for me. I encourage people to follow the path that suits them. Some people love the stability of a 9-to-5. Other people crave unlimited income potential and their own work schedule. So they go the entrepreneur route. Either one is fine. It depends on what somebody's choice is. For me personally, I've always been an educator. I was a high school teacher for a while. I taught high school engineering for 5 years at Morse. And then I became a college professor of entrepreneurship, California College, for about a year. And then I realized that the system is not optimal at the professor level. And I didn't want to get in the 5-year waiting line to be a full professor for tenure and all that stuff. So I just became an independent educator.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were taught high school and college, so you have definitely a passion to teach people. And then in your case, you decided to go with some entrepreneur type stuff. So explain some of the programs that you have.
So I started teaching courses on business strategies and visibility. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for about 4 years, and throughout my own devices, without ever spending any money, I landed 140 media interviews. And so I started to reverse engineer the tactics I used. And oftentimes it's just a matter of confidence, figuring out your angle, and then presenting an attractive offer to whoever the media platform owner is. So that was some of the first early stage things I taught. That was the very first course I designed, was something called Mediapreneur. And it was just a 5-day email sequence, super basic. And I sold, I think, $1,200 in 5 days, just right out the gate. And that kind of showed me that there's a market for it, and that there are ways to make courses that don't cost anything. A lot of people out there assume that a course is expensive to make. You have to have a fancy website. You have to have ClickFunnels and a promotion system and hire all these experts. And honestly, even in one of my YouTube videos, I show people 4 different templates where you can make a course completely for free. And so that was the precursor. And that led to my premium course, Tactical CEQ. Tactical CEQ is about a year old, and it has sold over $25,000 in sales. It's just a 6-week visibility course. And all it is a private Facebook group.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That didn't cost you much, did it?
Did invest in the website though, so that it would have credibility.
Oh, okay.
That was a
Nice.
couple thousand.
But I've been to your YouTube channel. And I was specifically watching a video that you recently put out. And so I was kind of late, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting video, but then I ended up watching the whole thing. So then I was really tired getting up this morning, but that's okay. But what I liked about the video, because I've seen these types of people where they'll do these free courses, like let's say, like you can sign up for it. And they're like, oh, and if you just do these 7 steps or whatever, then, then you can, have like say your own ebook or have your own, e-course or something. However, they're not going to get into a lot of detail about it because obviously they want to sell their time and stuff, and it can be anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500. What I liked about yours is you're literally like, here's what you need to do, so specific that other than basically writing the ebook for us, you basically told us how to write an ebook. I mean, so that to me is, I think there's a lot of genuine, in what you're doing, the fact that you really want to disservice to people. And then at some point, I mean, obviously at some point that's going to bring in income stream as well, just because people are going to want to come to you because they know that your heart's in it for them, not necessarily, for their money. So I think that's definitely a difference. I just want to put that up there.
That program didn't cost anything.
No, it cost me. It was on YouTube.
How many? You have students all over the world. Do you have any success stories of people that have followed your guidelines and have done pretty well themselves?
Yeah, a gentleman by the name of Patrick Kirby in South Dakota, North Dakota. He took tactical CEQ. He was my first student. And at the time it was a beta, so I only charged him like $645. He comes to me. He says, "Dude, I love this content. I want to teach nonprofits using your templates. Can I model my own online university after tax CEQ?" I said, "Go ahead." And I even told him how to do it. He broke out $12,000 in sales in about 3 months. He's probably my top earning student. He's probably more near 15 now. He's sold out events. He wrote an Amazon best-selling book, been on TV numerous times. I had a student go through, and I had to convince her. She was a yoga instructor, and she said, no one's going to buy online yoga videos. There's already too much out there. But she had a good story. She had an audience and a really strong brand. I said, let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. She lets it out there. Within two weeks, she made $2,000. So
can you say her name? Can you say her name?
Oh yeah, Jennifer Shaw. Dr. Jennifer Shaw.
Of course she's a doctor.
She's a chiropractor here in San Diego.
I wish
wow.
if I had known the criteria, I wouldn't have been involved with the call. I mean, it would seem like to have a lot of doctors involved with your program.
But
I'm not a doctor, but I do have CPA after my name.
That's kind of a doctor. It's kind of like,
I mean, they're 3 letters. They're just not
like
PhD.
Business doctor.
Sure.
They're gonna laugh. They're gonna smirk on his face.
I know. Yeah.
It's always important, though, that you're honest about your results in your case studies, and that's the difference between the way that I do business and a lot of digital marketers out there. Because I'm not promising overnight success. I'm not promising wealth. What I'm promising is to teach you the exact techniques to do this, and then I do personal promotion for my students as well. And this is what funnels my audience to them if they're just kind of starting off and don't have a large audience yet. So I do things a little bit differently. I give them magazine coverage as well. Like, it's a nice package for anybody that wants to make a course because they have the promotion already built in.
Nice.
Do you do anything with apps?
No.
Apps seem to be very hot right now.
Yeah, it's you have to pick and choose about what you're going to do and why. I have a very close friend, actually a tactical CEQ graduate. He just released an electronic business card app, and it's called Send It. And just listening to the process that he went through to get it listed on Apple convinced me that I never want anything to do to apps for another probably 3 years.
Wow. I wonder if it's that way with all apps.
There's probably easier processes, but his was pretty in-depth. He had a very big project.
Very interesting. Well, we may come to you because you are the doctor in your area of expertise, and as we expand what we're doing very well. But I know there's always things we can do. What Krista's doing and what IT Podcast is doing, and we'd love to somehow work with you on expanding that, because you'd like our little show and what we're doing. I know you like the radio show, and you were one of our award winners, of course.
Oh, what did you win?
Tell her.
What did you win?
I won a cheesecake, an actual trophy, a very fancy coffee cup that adorns my work table.
I thought you were going to hold up a piece of cheesecake that was shellac.
I know.
With a fork in it. You know, it's like,
I know. I was like, I was thinking Cheesecake Factory. I mean, you know, of course, but they're not open so right now, so it doesn't matter. But anyway.
And you got a nice medal, right? Medal?
Yeah, it was just the list of stuff that I got was unbelievable. Movie tickets, just a bunch of stuff. It was quite a shock. And then the dinner afterwards for the awards ceremony was amazing.
One of the best, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, once all this blows off, Krista's never been, but she's going to be very well involved with that. She's going to be really blown away, I think.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
To see other people. Not that I don't mind seeing your face, Brett, but.
So what I'll do is I'll set up a session with you guys. I'll offer you a complimentary 1-hour session where you can ask me anything you want, and I'm going to tell you the nuances, how to get sponsors, how to get an offer out there, how to do your pricing. If you want to start a magazine, I'll tell you exactly how I did it for free. But yeah, that's something I can definitely do. And then I can use you guys for a case study.
Very cool.
Nice. Well, you are the doctor, so you can case study me anytime.
You're both kind of doctors in your own way, so I might just have to leave the conversation. And amazing what you could do with video nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. So where can people go? Let's talk about that. If they want to get in touch with you to learn what you do and how you can help them, especially, you know, I'm sure right now, a lot of things going on. People, I'm sure, trying to start businesses or, you know, like you mentioned, you know, doing ebooks and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of, you know, where we're at right now. And there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of that. So where can they go to find you and to get great advice?
They can go to, I would strongly recommend if they're interested in income streams to check out my YouTube channel. It's Rob, I think it's Blue Dragon Rob 1. And they can get a lot of free videos with really specific content in it. In the last probably 6 months, I really upped my content game where I'm teaching so much client level strategy, and it's definitely showing with increased attention. And then my main website is yournextlevelofsuccess.com.
Okay.
Are you doing anything with any CPAs at all?
No.
We have a very good CPA, probably one of the best in San Diego, that's right in front of you. And I think that she has a marketability she's a diamond in the rough. She's a little rough, but she's a diamond.
I am a little rough around the edge.
And I think that she would be a good case study, and I think there's a lot of people that could be really educated by her knowledge. But she also has a very good bedside manner with people.
Nice.
Why'd you say bedside manner?
Well, you're like a doctor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You started laughing too. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but.
Okay. But well, as I mentioned earlier, you know, the content that Rob has in his YouTube videos is definitely, you know, it's good stuff. So I can definitely attest to that because I have watched them. So, and then like you said, so Blue Dragon 1 is the YouTube channel.
Yeah, or you can type in Rob the Warrior Strategist.
And what was that website again? Your Next Level
of Success.com.
Of Success. Oh, that's a lot, but that's okay. All right. Well, Dr. Rob Garcia, I want to honor you for being here today, taking the time. I very much appreciate that. And thank you to my co-host, Brett Davis.
It's good to see you again.
It's lovely to be seen.
Good to see both of you.
So thank you everyone again for listening to Krista Does Numbers. I am Krista, and we'll talk to you soon.